Okay, today I wanted to just talk a little bit about a homily that I heard today. That I've heard this homily before, and you may have heard it too. I've heard it several times, many different places actually, where the priest, or maybe a deacon, usually it's a priest, whoever's giving the homily, is talking about, it's usually a woman. Usually it's a woman, an older woman or a woman, but they're talking about somebody who, the problem of the people that are going to church a lot and praying a lot at church, but when they leave, they become like little Hitlers. I mean, they're just awful people outside of church. And the point of this is that if you're praying at church, that's not necessarily gonna help you to be a good person when you leave. Which, I've heard this sermon before, actually quite a few times, and I always wonder, wow, these priests are really good at their surveillance. I mean, first of all, a lot of these older ladies, and a lot of times they'll even describe them as maybe even praying the rosary or having a rosary in their hands. These people that they're talking about, and so you're thinking, wow, I mean, these priests must really be doing their surveillance, because a lot of times these old ladies are in church for a long time praying, so they have to wait for them to leave and then follow them around all day and so where they can observe all these extremely uncharitable and mean things that they're doing all day, which of course is ridiculous, And so that's why I don't know if it's an example of a straw man argument. I don't know what the fallacy is, but it's ridiculous. These people that are going to church and praying the rosary and spending a lot of time there praying, those aren't the people that are leaving the church being uncharitable. Sorry, that's not happening. Yeah, that'd be like, here I'm in Southern California, like, and you see a lot of the Hispanics, a lot of Mexican ladies or whatever who are walking on their knees from the back of the church all the way to the altar. Well, they're probably serial killers, I guess, by that standard. They probably be the worst of the worst. Because by the more reverent they are and the more they pray, the worse of a person they're going to be. Yeah, right. No, that's not how it works. But what I've noticed about the priests that give this homily, in general, no, they don't. They aren't wasting their time being reverent in church and praying the rosary. Most of them show very little or no reverence at all while they're in church. I'm thinking what that probably really signifies is they don't like those people because it's nicking their conscience. It's pricking their conscience. They're seeing these people praying a lot. And somewhere deep down inside, they know they should be doing this too, but they don't. And they don't want to be reminded of it. So they feel obligated to attack those people. So I just wanted to give a shout out to all those ladies praying the rosary in church. That I think you're probably doing the right thing, and I sincerely doubt that you're leaving that church becoming a really mean and vicious person.